Hi, my name is Avi Solomon, and this is the PPC podcast. And I work with clients in Amazon, from Walmart, Amazon, anything e commerce, but I focus a lot on Amazon. One of the things I run into a lot is that people have to know what PPC is. What's its goal? What are you trying to accomplish with PPC? And what you'll see a lot of times is agencies or the account manager or whoever was running the account goes very strong to go after PPC. That is the wrong strategy. And that is a strategy that doesn't understand what PPC is. Now, there are cases when that will work. When you have a high ticket item, you can usually make profit off of the PPC, and you'll have a good ROAS and a great ACOS. And generally, that's a different discussion altogether. But on your $29, $39.99 item, you're usually making 5% or less on the PPC. The goal of PPC, of paying for clicks on keywords, the goal is not to get the order as much as the goal is to move the organic ranking up. Now, how do you do that? You do that by getting the order. If you run PPC that doesn't convert, that will not help your organic positioning. But if you run successful PPC campaigns, then your organics will go up. Now, another thing to know is that Amazon is a pay-to-play system. And it's almost, Amazon will probably tell you, what are you saying, we're a pay-to-play? It's built into their system because one of the things the algorithm, no one knows what the 810 algorithm exactly feeds off of, what gets it to go higher, lower. But there are certain elements that we know definitely help. Conversion rate definitely helps. It's not nearly as the God-given thing that many people try and claim it is, but it's an important factor. Another important factor is orders. So when I say Amazon is a pay-to-play, even if that's not meant to be their intention, it happens automatically. Because if you don't get the more orders you get, the more your organic rank will go up. It may take time, but it will go up eventually. The more orders you get, and obviously there's the consideration of what your competitors' orders are. If you're not pushing with PPC, your competitor is pushing with PPC. They're going after every key organically. So you will fall and they will rise organically because of the orders they're gaining through PPC, through going after the keyword both on a pay per click, and hopefully as their organics go up. So you have to play that same game, but you have to know that PPC is a tool. It is only meant, not the sale itself is almost a byproduct, and it's worthless because you usually do not make money or profit on that on an order that was generated through a PPC campaign. But what that does is it pushes up your organics where you do make your money and you do make your profit. So it's very important that when people are engaging in managing a PPC campaign, an account, that they know that the goal is not the order, but to push up the organics of each keyword that's most important. Now, in this vein, what will happen is that if you say, you know what, I'm turning off my PPC, I'm giving it a rest, I can't afford to spend anymore, I'm done for the week, done for the month, you're gonna lose your organic rank very quickly. So you have to constantly push it, but you have to monitor your organic rank. If your organic rank is very high, it usually, now you could make an argument that you want your organic and your sponsored to be on the top of search. But I would always say is if you're organically coming up on that, the 1 to 4 or 1 to 8 spot, it may be a good idea to pull back the PPC and have it coming up on the bottom of the page, or to use, that's when you may want to turn on your brand campaigns or your sponsored display, and hopefully at a lower click. As a general rule, I'm not a fan of sponsored display or sponsored brands, because they usually don't perform as well as sponsored search. But the goal is to know that PPC is not an end and a means in itself. It's a tool used to generate higher organic rank. And if you're whoever's managing your PPC knows that, then you're much farther ahead than a lot of people.